All right. So next up, we have Anne Chai, who's the lead product designer of Dora. And Dora is building the cross-chain search engine. So we're very lucky to have Anne here today to discuss searching, understanding, and adopting on-chain interactions. And we also have Bunny joining us. Thank you so much. So with that, I'll hand it over to you two.
Okay.
Let me quickly pull up the slides for us first.
Yeah, of course. Also, can you hear me properly as well? I just want to make sure the microphone is working well.
Okay. Does this work for everyone? Oops.
Yeah, there you go. I can definitely see it.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get started. So thank you to Moonbeam for hosting us at this year's conference to talk about what we're building at Dora. We're really excited to be here. So a little introduction. My name is Anne, and I'm the lead product designer here at Dora.
And my name is Bunny, also known as @Conejo Capital on Twitter. And yeah, no, I'm actually very grateful to be here. I have to say a bunch of people in the team had very different levels of engagement and experience within the substrate ecosystem. And it's been honestly fascinating to actually see such a vibrant community than the one we priorly had experiences on. And it's just been interesting getting on the bit into the nitty gritty of how to actually go about proper on-chain indexing. It's been interesting on being able to see what are the interactions that people use the most. And even above it all, it's been fascinating to actually begin to understand how can we begin to create a proper search experience that can drive understanding and by driving understanding to catalyze mass adoption of a not thriving on-chain ecosystem such as Moonbeam. So yeah, no, it's great to be here. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, so at Dora, we are building the cross-chain Web3 search engine. So we believe that the future is human readable, modular, and multi-chain. And that also means that we believe an important aspect of the Web3 future lies on a search engine that prioritizes approachability, visibility, and ease of understanding as users explore the ecosystems like Moonbeam. So we strive to be the human layer of the blockchain, and we're really happy to be starting out by building on Moonbeam. So yeah, we're going to jump right in and give everyone an overview of what exactly is the product we've been building. And then we'll talk a little bit more about why and how, and then we'll end with a little demo of our live MVP. So this is the current state of searching on chain that we are all familiar with. So today's block explorers have achieved so much and are really sufficient for several use cases and monitoring amongst well-versed power users. And so we are really building on the shoulders of giants when we say that it doesn't have to be so complicated. So this is the Dora search engine. This is the one-stop shop for exploring networks and its ecosystems, and then also interactions across multiple chains. So Dora is the place where everyone can search for everything on chain. So in one place, you can look up addresses across different chains and also different interactions. And you'll also be able to search for different tools and functions in various ecosystems as well. So we really want to bring powerful search capabilities and readability to everything happening on chain. So at Dora, we surface interactions, making them more readable and relatable and understandable to our users. So like in this Moonbeam interaction, we're showing a SAP function through Stella Swap. So you can see here, we're highlighting what happened on chain and how it happened, and users can see that in as little or as much detail as they want. So we really designed for we did a lot of research into our user groups and also the different stakeholders on Moonbeam, and we really designed for kind of everyone. So going back a little, like for example, people that are more new to crypto, they really care about being reassured by clear UI and seeing, the different addresses, networks, exactly the functions that happen, and their assets, just the bigger picture of things. Whereas someone that is like maybe more familiar with the ecosystem at large, they may be more concerned about how an interaction has, this success tag, like it went through. But then there's also people like researchers or developers or maybe like people from the management team at dApps that want to see the interaction in further detail. So yeah, at Dora, you can not only look at within chains, but also across chains as well. So users will be able to understand interactions that are happening across multiple chains. So instead of just giving you all the information in broken fragments, Dora's indexing technology really parses down on-chain data so that anyone can more easily grasp what is happening. So in this example, this is a bridge transaction across chains. So in an ecosystem like Moonbeam that prioritizes user experiences being enhanced by cross-chain smart contracts, we really believe that Dora's capabilities can help surface processes like simple bridging and provide further granularity for understanding interactions across all chains at every stage of the process. Do you want to add anything, buddy?
Yeah, no, I actually wanted to add something that maybe some people have noticed already. If you want to go back just one to the prior slide. Something I wanted to bring, that one. Something I wanted to bring attention to is that people, we had some chats in turn very early on as to like what is the type of nomenclature that we should start adopting if we want to become a true search engine for the masses. The entire team comes from very different backgrounds of crypto nativeness, very different niches within crypto, which I honestly consider to be such a powerful tool because we can actually appeal to very different technologies that can just start popping up not only across crypto but also with tools that can be enabled by, let's say, something like a cross-chain smart contract that can generally leverage what every single chain, every single parachain, every single zone can be useful for. And something that became fairly apparent is that we should not keep on using nomenclature such as transactions. These ideas have connotations of decentralized finance, which of course we're very pro of and such. But something interesting is that people do not necessarily need to understand the concept of a transaction or a swap, but they may be able to more easily understand these processes as interactions, because ultimately it is people, it is accounts, it's not wallets only interacting with each other on chain. They are just people interacting on centralized ecosystems, and that's something that I wanted to bring attention to. We also see it I hope that is also very much conveyed within our design choice on the very simple information hierarchy that we follow. As Anne very greatly mentioned, we have a very simplified view at the top. If someone is getting familiarized with the ecosystem, they can just get, like this is my interaction, go through, get that out of the way, just keep on moving forward. And a researcher can get more granularity as go deeper into Dora's capabilities.
Awesome. Yeah. So beyond that, we also allow users to connect with their Web3 identity through Dora. So we're really kind of consolidating your Web3 presence in one place, and it's more than a wallet. It's kind of like your Web3 home base. Like you can see your activity and your assets across chains, and you can see how you stand in the community and the ecosystem, and you can see like people or contracts that you are interacting with and people that you follow and how what kind of activity they're doing. So you can really almost start to notice patterns within your own activity that you may not have noticed before through Dora. So yeah, Dora is really for wherever you check the chain, and it's also for whenever you check the chain. So Yeah, so now that was an overview of kind of what our product is, and we will expand a little more about kind of the details and how we compare.
Yeah, so something that we very much want to bring to the Moonbeam ecosystem is that the user interface or very traditional block explorers are a little bit, they may be a little bit dated or unopinionated. We do want to make some very strong both design choices and infrastructural choices. We want to be very human readable. We believe that making these very tech DeFi artistic nomenclature is actually a barrier to entry for quite a few people, and even the audience here may have experienced that. I very much experienced it when I first joined this ecosystem a couple of years ago already, and we want to be able to leverage that. We want people to feel very informed from the first time about the ecosystem from the first time they enter Dora. And with that, we also couple it with a modular ecosystem search, which is my co-founder can expand quite a bit more on that, but we think that the infrastructure research we're doing internally is very interesting, and we can also provide very good indexing services for other developers and also for people that also want to just have more visibility into on-chain activity. We also believe that an ecosystem such as, especially Moonbeam, that wants to have a true multi-chain experience, we need to have a search engine that is actually aware of these interactions being multi-chain or cross-chain. We need to be able to very semantically adapt, like these are all of the internal transfers that occur within this on-chain interaction, and these are all of the different parachains, relay zones in which these occur. When it comes to cross-chain interactions, of course, we also want it to be seamless. We also don't want to info dump on people, and we want to actually have people we don't want to info dump on people. We want people to actually be able to use any of these technologies to the extent that they want to use them. We want people to not feel lost. It will be truly sad if you're using a search engine and it actually loses you. And with that, we collaborate with chains, bridges, and dApps to provide institutional grade on-chain data API support. And of course, we care about our community. We all consider ourselves innovators. We're all very much tapping into uncharted territory when we enter into crypto. So we also provide you with very clear documentation, simple node searching, GitHub integration, and of course we take feedback from the community. If you want to just reach us at @searchondora and just DM us, just tweet at us, request features from us. We're all ear. We're always checking the chain, and we're always hearing the chain. So yeah, do you want to go to the next slide? Yeah. So for who we're building an experience with entry points for novice users as well as more in-depth features for advanced users. We very much take the approach of being very grateful for the opportunity to be in this ecosystem, especially after the very recent hecticness, just industry-wide. We believe that this industry can only keep on growing if we keep on fostering really good actors, and we keep on making sure that people have each other's backs and people have more transparency, more visibility into anything happening on chain. I'm gonna go next one. So why a search engine? Why should we not just use every single explorer that has been built so far? Information wants to be free and understood, and that is something that we very much put so much thought into, in the sense that people the power of information doesn't rely only on it existing itself, but our information relies on the narratives that people are able to interpret out of that information. So currently, cross-chain interactions are a fragmented experience. This information is not able to flow very smoothly and nicely just for it to be understood properly by everyone. We want to be able to unlock searchability, leading to further understanding of every single interaction across every single ecosystem. And we believe that is the only way in which we can actually achieve mass adoption. We want to build your favorite tool for discovering new on-chain worlds. So how do we know this exists? We've gotten quite a bit of feedback already from the Moonbeam community. We've gotten quite a bit of feedback from a lot of developers within the Moonbeam community. It can be quite difficult to actually interact putting ecosystems that may be too bifurcated or too split on information. We want to actually have a unified way of, hey, do you want to build a Moonbeam? Come to us. We'll help you understand what is happening on their chain. We'll help you understand what your contracts are doing on chain. People want to, and moreover than that, people want to feel that by being able to see everyone's activity on a chain, they know that they're not alone. They know that they're together with a really thriving ecosystem, with a really strong community that just wants to see itself keep on growing every single day. So the consumer experience, as you've seen already, we leverage human readability at all levels of complexity. We try to make these on-chain interactions just as straightforward, simple as possible. And Dora users should be able to visit every single website and search their multi-chain records. And you won't have to ever again learn how to use another explorer, ever again learn how to use another tool to visualize on-chain interactions. We want you to feel faster at Dora. We want to be your one tool that you take from the time that you get into crypto until the time that you become hopefully one of the best contributors you want to be to the ecosystem. And also, as this being a conference for a bunch of creators, innovators, developers, whatever you want to call it, why should you work with us? I think that I hope that our presentation has made it very clear so far, but we're probably good. We're supported by the treasuries. We're supported by the people that collaborate with, and we provide you with intra-chain as well as cross-chain functionality. So if you really want to leverage technologies such as cross-chain smart contracts, we believe that we can be a really good tool for that. We have a dynamic infrastructure. If you want to launch a new parachain, we're going to be able to provide you with, our indexer is going to be able to provide you with an explorer fairly soon, and we're going to be able to integrate you into our search engine. And of course, Discoverable UI, we want to give you more exposure, and we want to focus on what you want to create, whatever you want to innovate on. We want to create the standard for a multi-chain ecosystem search. And well, with this, I feel like it's abundantly clear that people do still feel the need for being able to use a tool as an explorer or as a search engine. People want to make sure that whatever they are seeing reflected on the front end on another dApp is actually happening on chain. As we all know, what is truly true is whatever is on the chain. The chain doesn't lie. So a tool such as an explorer, such as a really aggregated search engine, can only provide people with more ease, especially to the 35 times people have been using Express across different ecosystem, even more so within a bear market where we really want to be reassured that we are seeing the truth. So there's a roadmap. And actually, would you like to allow to talk a little bit of the work that we've been doing so far?
So we're really excited to be launching soon with our substrate and EVM Moonbeam MVP. And then beyond that, we have a lot of integrations planned with, other chains, other bridges, and other dApps, all towards that kind of future vision of us being that cross-chain Web3 search engine. Again, like there's a lot of other dApps and people that we will be working with. But without further ado, we can show a little quick demo of our live app. So let me stop sharing this for 1 second and pull up our.
And also probably be getting a bit more of an up-close view into our live dApp once you're, but yeah, you'll probably be able to get a more up-close view to our dApp once you're on the whitelist for one application that we're working very closely with, and we'll give access to their users on the whitelist to view all of their on-chain interactions in Dora.
Yeah. Sorry, 1 second. I got rugged a little
good.
bit. Yeah.
Like rugs, it's okay.
Okay. So sure. Okay. Is this pulling up the app?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna turn the lights off. Okay, so yeah, this is Moonbeam on Dora. We want it to be a hub where people can like discover and rediscover things and come to see everything related to Moonbeam. Because like not everyone has visibility on everything on chain all the time. So we want to provide you with the tools to explore this ecosystem further. So we have very basic kind of like stats about the network, like market cap and interactions, kind of showing the current liveness of the network. And then also like native token, latest block, supported token, things like this. But we also show a lot more in terms of like the different interactions happening on the chain, the different tools and dApps part of this ecosystem. And then also things like just more information about this chain in general. So yeah, like a little bit more about like these dApps that we will be able to include. Like we will also be able to kind of Dora verify certain dApps on our search engine just to show for specific dApps that we've done like due diligence on and have a little more visibility on. And so we can show like interactions related to that dApp and then let our users feel more comfortable using these tools. So yeah, do you want to elaborate on that, Bunny, or?
Yeah, no, sure. So something that became fairly apparent very quickly was that if we do want to be this one of the sources of, if we want to be used as a tool for this to be the source of truth for Web3 and actually unlock searchability of all the information produced in it, is that we also want to be able to provide a certain vote of confidence to our the different dApps that we collaborate with. We want to be able to have dApps that we want our users to feel comfortable going into your dApps and your users to feel comfortable learning more about your dApp on Dora. We want, so with that, if you are a dApp that is actually interested in working with us, in being able to provide us with more information about what you're doing, if to verify the information that we've gotten from you, if it's accurate, and also, if you're launching new smart contracts that you like us, that you think are having some interesting on-chain interactions that we could index in a very interesting way, or in a sense that makes your users feel that your dApps are more humane, hit us up, let us know. We'll be more than happy to chat with you and also Dora verify you when we can.
Yeah, and going back to interactions a little bit more, something I want to point out is one of our fun features by one of my colleagues. And there are these cute address and contract avatars, and they just really make the interface feel a lot more like user friendly. And this is something that like also allows interactions and addresses to be much more identifiable. And it's not easy for everyone to like read like the 0x, so on and so forth. Like that's a very crypto native thing that we've grown used to. But we really need to focus on like new ways to communicate on-chain information, and that's how we can really reach more people for mass adoption. So it's details like this that are part of our values in pushing to improve communication of on-chain data. And we want to be that legible tool that makes it non-trivial for people to understand like the beauty and the power of blockchain technology and capabilities. Yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and click into one of these interactions. Of course, it's not fully built out yet, but yeah, I don't know, Bunny, if you want to talk a little bit more about this.
Or actually,
we just
Kevin,
have a couple.
I think, are
we
we
just
with
have
time?
a couple more minutes, but you can take another minute or two.
Sure. Yeah. No. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Yeah. No. We were just gonna say that. Yeah. Like we're still dealing with a couple of We're pretty much. Our indexer is pretty much finished. We just really want to push the limits as to how good of an indexer we can get. So some of the data may not be up to date right now. But as I told you just a couple of minutes ago, if you may be on the whitelist for one of the dApps that we're very closely working with, you're definitely going to be able to test our end product for Moonbeam in there, and then we'll also be able to make our Dora search engine public for Moonbeam very soon. So just excited for that. And also, actually, Anne, do you want to show them searching for the address? There you go.
Another interaction.
Yeah. And right. Oh wait, sorry, Anne. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say we're also getting we also want your feedback on what do you actually want to be searchable on Dora. We believe that every single piece of data is very much important, but there may be some stuff that may be we can be more opinionated on, such as identifying different ecosystem tools, just like Stealth, Beanswap, Lido, and such, or Tofu NFT. So yeah, definitely hit us up if you think that you have a good idea of what would you like to see searchable on chain.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Ann and Bunny. I'm so glad you both
Thank
could
you.
make it.
Yeah,
And thank you for showing us a demo at the end. That was really, really cool to see.
oh, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.